Hello, and welcome back to an episode of Quantum Walk Wednesday. Today we're interviewing Dr. Anna Dyring, Quantum Strategic Initiative Lead and staff member at CQIQC. Hello, Dr. Dyring. Hello, Anna.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So, could you tell us a little bit about CQIQC and the work done there?
Yes, so we're standing here right outside of the physics department at the St. George campus. CQIQC, or sometimes we call it CQIC, is an interdisciplinary center, research and educational center here at the University of Toronto. And it's interdisciplinary, so we are not only have members from physics, but we also have just next door here is the chemistry department. We have many members from chemistry. Straight ahead across St. George Street, we have engineering and computer science, which also have members from, and the mathematics department also is active in this field. So we're right at the epicenter here of CQIQC.
So could you tell us a little bit more about your role at CQIC?
Sure. So the center is focused on enhancing and complementing activities that the departments are not really focusing on. So it has a lot to do with interdisciplinary and collaborative activities and also external contacts. And in my role, I focus on creating or ideating, planning and executing new initiatives for the purpose of growing the impact and the visibility of CQIC. CQIC otherwise has standing activities. There is a postdoc program, summer students who come and do research over the summer, and there is a seminar series, a conference, and community mixers. But my role is more around doing new things. And when I have time, I support the recurring activities.
So what kind of initiatives are you currently leading?
So at the moment, we are preparing for our 10th International Conference on Quantum Information and Quantum Control. It's held every second year at the Fields Institute for Mathematical Research here, also very close by. So that is taking place in August. We're busy with that. Then we're also going to host a Canadian quantum conference called Quantum Days, which is happening in February 2025.
I got an email about that.
You got an email about that? Yes, that's great. The CQIC conference is more research focused, while Quantum Days is a little bit broader, attracting a broader audience. And we hope to see many students from all across Canada.
That is exciting. I will definitely be there.
Good to hear.
So how would you explain CQIC to someone who's never heard of them?
So I've already mentioned that it's an interdisciplinary center with members from various fields. In CQIC, we have around 30 faculty members. Each of them has their own research group. Some of them are working in theory. Some are experimentalists. And as I said, they come from various departments. And they all have in common then, whether they're from chemistry or electrical and computer engineering, a research interest that touches on or is anchored in quantum one way or another. And this is what makes this center and the area, the quantum field, so interesting to me, because you have these quantum phenomena that can be studied from various disciplines, and they also sort of contribute in a very intriguing way to various applications in sensing, in computing, in materials and communications.
Yes. Well, that's also what's interesting about quantum computing, right? It's such an interdisciplinary field. It makes sense that an institution like CQIC would have people from different fields working together, right? We have simulations for chemical experiments, for physics. When you go into quantum computing, there's also the financial aspect of it and everything, the applications into the financial sphere. So it makes sense. It's very interesting. So I was wondering how you engaged with researchers and students as the strategic initiative lead.
So it's a lot about communications through our channels. We have a web page, we're active on social media, we distribute information over email, of course. So it's a lot about emailing, making sure that we have the most up-to-date information on our channels, and that we are actively promoting our activities and engaging with students and faculty members and researchers. So it's a lot about communication in various ways. I like the spontaneous conversations, or when ideas come from the outside. So I try to make myself available. I'm always open to meeting students and people from within the University of Toronto, but also from the outside, which is actually quite a big part of my role, to be available to meet with companies or outside organizations that are curious about what UofT is doing in quantum, and perhaps they're interested in collaborating.
I wanted to know a little bit more about your own career path and how it led you to work at UofT, and more specifically at CQIQC.
I'm from Sweden, so I studied engineering physics to start with in Sweden, and then I continued doing a PhD in physics, in high energy physics. At that point, I felt I didn't really feel I was fully cut out to be a researcher, so I decided to leave academia. And first I worked almost 15 years in an aerospace company in Sweden, where it was in a unit developing and building airborne systems. So I did project management and product management there. It was a customer-facing role, because these were projects where customers, say Coast Guard organizations, had bought a system from us, and the project manager's role was to make sure that they got what they had bought, and also interact with the customers. I later went on and switched sector a little bit. I went into biotechnology, worked for 4 years in GE Healthcare, but I did similar projects, again facing clients or customers and users, and I think it honed my communication skills. And I also realized that I really enjoyed talking to the clients, or even more so, I enjoyed talking to users of these systems and understanding what they needed, what they were ready to pay for, and sort of making sure that they were happy in the end. There was a lot of communication in all of that. That was something I really enjoyed, and I thought I was rather skilled at it. Almost 10 years ago, we moved to Canada, and in 2020 we moved to Toronto. And then at that point I kept an open mind when looking for a new job. And I had always in the back of my head thought that maybe I could transition back one way or another into academia. And so I saw this opening for this role at CQIQ, and I applied and got it. In industry, you learn so many transferable skills, and transitioning back into an academic role, maybe not a researcher, but a role like mine, it was pretty, maybe not straightforward, but it was challenging in a very good way, and I quickly felt comfortable here as well.
You seem like a very well-rounded person with all these career changes. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's I think part of my personality that I have moved around a fair amount, not just geographically, but also I like switching sectors, or I really enjoy that. So yeah.
Because you said that CQIQC has quite a bit of interdisciplinarity, right, in fields, and you have worked in aerospace and in bioengineering. I was just wondering if maybe having those past perspectives also helps you in your current role?
I think definitely in the sense that being forced to experiencing and becoming good at talking to various different types of people,
yes,
it is really an asset almost anywhere, to be honest,
yes,
but especially in roles like mine now, because you need to communicate with people. It's a lot about communication in these types of roles. And that is, I also felt it was rather cool to be able to go back to like quantum research and physics research, even though I don't do research myself.
Yes.
But I work very closely with researchers, and my
immersed.
role is still supporting researchers. I really enjoy coming back to where I started and learning what's going on in the field at the moment.
Would you ever consider going back to academia, like research or anything like that, or going back to industry perhaps?
Going back to industry would probably it still could be an option. Going back to research after so many years, because I didn't do research in the industry, that I think would be very challenging.
Yes.
So
that makes sense.
and I think I'm better in this type of role.
Yes.
For me personally, it's a better fit.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Anna, for participating in our episode of Quantum Walk Wednesday, and for sharing not only the work that you do at CQIQC and the work done at CQIQC, but also your own career experience. Do you have anything else you would like to share with us today?
Thanks so much first for having me. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. And then just to conclude, I would like to urge anyone who is interested to visit our website, to contact me if you have questions or ideas, or are just curious about anything that we do or anything quantum at the UofT. I'm really happy to talk to anyone who is up for it or has questions.
Okay, thank you. We will link the website in the description, so make sure.
And I also hope to see you at our events.
Yes, absolutely. I will absolutely be there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to check out the CQIQC link in the description and to follow this account if you would like to follow our content. Make sure also to follow our Instagram page where we will announce our next special guest. See you next week.